think it might be raining.
Oh, okay.
And then it started raining, of course, on my way back. So I got like just wet enough, you know?
I have three classic skillets like this. This one's the middle one.
Yep.
I have one that's smaller than I carry than that. So this box lives in my truck all the time.
Okay.
I have a single burner iso butane stove.
Yeah, I got one of those.
My coffee kit sits in there. I have like a knife. I have some basic shit. And I have the smaller cast iron. So like I stopped.
Alright, so I got off the water and packed up my kayak. It is still raining. It is still freaking cold. Had 2 hours to kill to the podcast, so I made a decision. Let's go shopping. Ribbon-tail worms. Bunch of drop shot stuff. We meet again.
Meet again, yeah, sure.
Hi, you smell my dog, huh? Hi. Ooh, what is that? That's an interesting. They have these in a 3-inch. It's an interesting color right there. Green and blue. I like that. Alright guys, so got my haul, got everything I wanted. I couldn't really talk in there, it was pretty loud, so that's why I just put the music over top, but I'm going to show you guys what I bought. It was a pretty cool, I've been to this Bass Pro before, but I haven't been here in a while. So the first thing I picked up was these right here, little jigs, power bait style, but if you guys look real close, you can see the color. It's a black, like kind of like a green with a black blue color, so it's kind of black blue body with green craw like claws, and I think that's going to be a neat little bait to throw on a Texas rig hook, which I did pick up a couple hooks as well. This one right here too, same deal. It's like a green pumpkin with a blue mixed in. It's a chigger craw. This color is literally called blue craw. I picked up a couple of those. I wanted a smaller spook today. I was fishing and they were blowing up on top water, and I wanted to try a little bit of a smaller size spook, so I picked one of these up, you know, kind of a everyday standard style. It's got the yellow belly, green back, so I needed another small size spook. I don't really have a small one, I only have the bigger ones. I had to try one of these XPS swim baits. I've never used one of these before. I've heard they're really, really good, and what's nice about these is the size of it. So it's not as big as your standard swim bait style like that, like a mag draft or coal shad. So I wanted to try that. Again, trying to downsize a little bit. This is more of those chigger craws. I picked up a 4-inch and a 3-inch of those. I got these right here. These are actually one of my favorite hooks. Berkeley Fusion hooks. These are actually really, really good. The reason I like the Fusion so much is the gap. The gap on these is significantly wider on these swim bait hooks than any other style. And I like that specifically because I like the Texas rig with these swim bait hooks. It's just something that I find works better for me because I feel like the bait stays on. It doesn't get all bunched up in the hook, and a lot of times it helps the hookup ratio because you're not getting them stuck in the freaking hook. The bait doesn't get pushed down towards the barb and prevent them from getting hooked. Let's see if I can get them out of the bag here. Some weights. I don't spend a lot of money on weights because I tend to lose them. So I got some Eagle Claw steel painted black. I like the black weights. I don't like the silver ones. These are 3/16. I just needed something, bobber stops too, to be able to do some Texas rigging with. I don't have a ton of weights available. Actually, when I was fishing earlier, if you guys saw the earlier episode, I had to use a free rig because I didn't have any bobber stops, and I actually looked and I didn't really have any bullet weights either. So the episode's not done yet, guys. A little bit of shopping. Now it's time for some hanging out. I picked up some energy drinks, and we're going to be doing a nice long night of hanging out, recording a podcast with Bobby, and then, you know, we're going to hang out, party, get to bed, and get up and do it one more time to close out the trip. So, yeah, let's get back and see everybody and hang out and record a podcast.
Why would you do that?
We're rolling. Fire's going.
Yes, it is.
A little rain upstairs. From above. I'm upstairs. Hot tin, right? All right, we're rolling in 3. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Was this fucking
It's
bath
been a
and
lovely
Bruce?
trip. No.
I have like 8 different liquids in this cup. It's the weirdest fucking thing. We're rolling in 3, 2. Alrighty, guys. Bobby roast beef here, and you guys might be able to hear in the background a little bit of ambient noise. And we are. I'm joined this week at this location with Janelle Orsino,
Yes, sir.
Enthusiast Adventurer, the one and only Mike Hansen, BinyaOutDoors.
What's up, guys?
We got Nick DeShane in the house.
How's she going, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Nick DeShane, Saint Nick. We've spoken a lot. Nick's been on the show before as a guest in the beef seat, but now we've relocated the beef seat so that it's the beef bus.
Sure.
Tonight it is.
Tonight it
Yeah,
definitely
tonight
is.
it's the beef bus. So just so everybody's aware, I'm sure we've already set this up in the earlier portion of the podcast that we recorded with Joe and everything, but we're here in the bus and we're going to kind of break down our experience on this trip. And what a long, strange trip it's been, huh? Isn't that right, boys?
for sure.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Right.
Right? I fixed that shit, girl.
Great work. Keep it going.
Good Lord. So, how was your week, Joe? You got back from St. Lawrence, and yep.
All right, due to my blood alcohol level and just honestly everything we had going on, the audio and some of the other portions of the podcast were a little bit loud and didn't really come through good on this video. So I'm not going to give you guys the full podcast. I do want you to go over to the Jigs and Bigs podcast. I'm going to put a link down in the show notes. I want you guys to go listen to this whole show. It's probably my favorite Jigs and Bigs episode, and yes, I am on it. But I personally went back and listened to the whole thing. That's how enjoyable it was. But there was one little part that I want you guys to hear. I want you to see on the video here. So I'm going to include that. I'm going to include just the audio portion and show you some really cool shots we got throughout the weekend. So I hope you guys enjoy the show.
I have never seen somebody camp with as many bottles of baby oil as Janelle does. It's amazing.
Don't get that fucking rumor starting. I don't even own a bottle of baby oil. I've never bought a bottle of baby oil.
I have.
Okay.
Little ditty. Anyway, folks, we're back. This is a very impregnated fucking Easter egg, really. There's a lot here that we neglected to go over because there was alcohol involved. You know, let's go ahead and start off by saying, first off, that fucking chili was unbelievable. That cornbread was unbelievable.
Goodness. 5 stars. Yes.
Fucking hell. You hear that? You hear that? But we're not done with the meal.
No.
It's important to finish the right way.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything that's good deserves full completion. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
It's just the way it is. And I forget how long ago it was, but Binya had shared I think it was a short actually on YouTube, where he fishes with bear quite often in the tournaments and stuff, and you gave him something that was interesting, and just your wording was amazing, and I just felt like it was right for me to also give you a cream pie. And actually, if you could, please give that one to Nick.
Oh.
Now, Nick, you have been cream pied by Binya.
I'll get my own.
I wondered why they made me lock the door. Now I get it.
Now you get it, right? Absolutely.
I'll get my own.
You want...
You put it on the table and I'll
She
get it.
says, no, you don't want to get cream pie?
Not buying.
You just
nope.
want to pick up a residual cream pie?
Thank you.
Is that what's going on?
Yes, sir.
I got a whole ass box of cream pies here. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, which... I think it was Nick. I talked to somebody. It must have been you, Nick. And you were like, it is like the pinnacle of American fucking...
It is Americana as it comes for me.
It totally is. It totally is.
Cheers, bud.
Fucking A, man.
Oh, Bob.
I'm
Here,
going to have to
Bob,
cream pie myself.
Well,
It's okay.
you can cheers us with the plastic guns.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, put your
See,
rubber
it's like
on.
wearing a fucking condom, you know what I mean?
We're raw dogging it.
So, Janelle, when you built this bus, did you really think it would start out with 4 cream pies?
One after the
kind
other.
of curious. Was that your motivation for building this bus?
No,
or?
Big fan of the Finger Lakes.
They're all getting kicked out of here as soon as we're done recording.
I'm never going to be allowed back in fucking New York again.
Probably
No.
not.
Delicious. Cream
That's
pie
a-
for the win.
Oatmeal cream
Have
pie.
you never had a cream pie before?
Oh, fuck. I've had
I was
many a
gonna
cream
say,
pie.
I'm concerned. That's why I was wondering.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't have the dunch, but
No. I was a little slow to get to the button. Pun intended, but...
oh, for fuck's sake. Gentlemen, it has been a trip for sure.
They make a double cream pie? Were you aware of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's out of this world.
I'm still a zebra cake girl. Give
That's
me
a
little
Detroit
Debbie-
thing.
Give me a little Debbie zebra cake.
A zebra cake or a double cream pie?
Oh my
Double cream
gosh.
pie. They grow them bigger.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
It's that third cookie in the middle. So,
That is awesome.
we didn't just come on here to like fucking force feed ourselves snack cakes.
No.
There was a couple of things that we neglected, and I think the biggest one, or probably the most life-threatening, we got to let Nick just carry this story.
So, I don't even know where to start. The cottage is someone unfortunately located adjacent to the washroom,
The shitters.
which throughout the weekend have been described to me as fucking abominable.
Yeah, the one
Like,
on any scale.
Binya almost blew his groceries walking in there. So it was rough, right? And the cottage had developed an odor. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's just unfortunate,
Proximity.
I'm
Downwind.
across the street from the washrooms, There's no need to start, you don't have to call up front. You don't need to lodge a complaint, just deal with it. You've certainly slept in worse conditions, Nick. And this goes on. The first night, my carbon monoxide detector goes off 3 times.
And he was like, shut up.
So each time I get up and unplug it, and then plug it back in, it's good. So I go back to bed, it goes off again, I unplug it, whatever. Finally, I leave it unplugged. Whatever. Now, the smell was significantly worse in the kitchen.
Okay, that would have been your sign right there, bud.
And then you go to figure out, like, I don't typically sleep all that well. last night, for whatever reason, I slept fucking
Amazing.
Oh.
10 hours straight, like perfectly fine. And I'm like, wow, like this is abnormal. Like this New York fresh air is fucking great. Right? No. Come to find out, the goddamn fucking gas stove has been on since God knows whenever, since before we checked in, I'm assuming. And I've essentially almost gassed myself out. Thank fucking Christ I did not light up this fucking cigar in that cottage, because I'd have blown up half of the campground, would have been up in flames. Like Cayuga round 2, it would have been like a crater hole here.
Yeah.
Like come back in 2 years because there'll be fish.
Oh my goodness. I took a shower in the cabin and I was like, oh, it has that like propane-y smell. I didn't know if it was like the water heater or the water itself, depending on where it came from.
Like, Nick is fucking a stinky dude.
I was just like, or did Nick use the bathroom? And I was like, good for him.
Maybe he's got problems. He's got
I just brushed it off. I didn't say anything about it because I'm like, he
Irritable
probably
bowel
knows,
syndrome.
and I don't want to be a baby about it. So I wanted to go lay down
Yeah.
anyway. This was tournament day. I got off the water 2 hours earlier than Bobby did because I was just like, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm not catching fish. I want to go get a shower and take a little nap skis before everybody gets back.
But like, I wouldn't have mustard gassed you before I knew you were getting into the shower. Like that should have been something like number one.
No,
like
to me, like,
red
that's-
flag.
Propane is just a smell like the sulfur in water and certain things. So
Very
like it's just
familiar
something
now.
that's normal
Yeah.
at campgrounds. So I was just like, oh, this is just extra smelly in this very small bathroom.
It's extra fucking fancy. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Extra sloppy.
That's a public service announcement. Trust your carbon monoxide detector.
Well, and what's funny about that,
Well, 3 times.
what
It
it
went off
was.
3 fucking
My-
times.
My also like half still drunk and half my like half still drunk and half still high, like dumbass was thinking like, I don't know, like is it the carbon monoxide detector that's wrong, or like I don't know, maybe just like
dude, this must be defective.
let's light my lighter and see.
At least take his face off that grill, right? I like the way it smells. Smells good.
But it's like, I don't know, spark my lighter up, see if it's full of gas. Like that's also not the way to check it there,
Oh my
dumbass Nick. Like,
Light a candle. Let's see what happens.
blowing myself up in my goddamn underwear at 2 o'clock in the morning at a
Your
campsite.
Duluth Co. trading company. Fucking
Yeah, so there I was. There's your tip of the week
That's
next
a real
week. Check
fucking
your
Yeah.
monoxide detector.
Please. Well, it was like Bobby was driving the boat, and I was just kind of pointing things out while he's driving because I'm used to doing that with my dad. Like, you know, there's something floating there, or like, watch, there's grass there, so it might be shallow. And he's like, yeah, got it. So after like the third thing I said, I just shut up because I was like, all right, Janelle, you're being like a
He's got
nag.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's the same day. So I got off the water, was getting a shower, was like, do I say something about the smell? Do I not? It's normal. I don't know. Bobby's been yelling at me all day, so I guess I'll just shut the fuck up and go lay down in the bus.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, whatever happens to Nick happens. It won't be on my conscience.
And you're like shorter than me too, so you would have been in the gas wave. Like at least
Oh,
I
I
had a
was-
chance to float above
We
it
were in it,
every
babe.
once in a while.
Maybe that's
Now-
why my nap was so successful.
That's
Good
why you
fucking
walked
nap.
out of the cabin and passed out in the lawn for 3 hours. woke up with a headache.
To Nick's defense, the bathroom just behind his camp was so strong that
It
you
was.
could smell
Yeah.
it from almost our fucking site, which was 4 sites down.
We're quite a ways away, and yeah.
So
it's,
it probably
Yeah.
almost overpowered the smell of it initially anyways.
the ladies' room, the stall. You can't really call it a stall.
You can't really
the
call them
whole
ladies.
I don't know.
cabinet.
Those are some
The
impressive
area next to me that was an old stall was basically just like they just put a piece of wood over it and just like moved the
I'm not even
stalls
sure it's not
one
just a
stall
fucking
over to
hole
the
in the
left
ground.
as if like that one was filled. We're just gonna cover that kind of make it dark in there, make everything else white so you can't see that, and then
Yep,
there's your
yep.
hole. It was bad. I've never used a worse
So
facility.
I will
I've used
say
porta potties.
I have survived and I did poop in there earlier when you guys went fishing.
Very proud of you, I guess, for
Well,
that.
so here's a funny thing.
Good job.
And this is the part that kind of adds to the story. The inside of the door is sticky, and it's very disturbing.
At night, that's got to be the worst.
Dude,
I
I didn't. So I was.
The pole and the hole.
I got in there and I was like, okay, so it was so fucking cold that the smell had dissipated a little bit. I think the poop was frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I
Best
was like,
time to
you know
go.
what? I need to do this and I want to go fishing, so I'm going to risk it. And I pulled my fucking gator over my face and like fogged myself.
I had to do that with my hoodie. I had to
Yeah.
literally put it over my mouth and nose so that I wasn't inhaling.
And then I
what
sat
was
down on the seat
smelling.
and I shut the
Ugh.
door. And keep in mind, this is a weirdest situation because your feet are completely exposed under this door.
Oh, yeah.
So like if people walked by,
It
you
was-
wouldn't have to check to see if someone's in there because their feet are sticking out
My
from under
kneecaps
the
were the
door.
only thing that was covered by the
Yeah.
door when it was closed.
But the
Like-
fucking the flip latch thing, the little pin thing that
Oh, yeah,
closes
the
it,
cheap-ass
was
gate latch.
stuck to the fucking wood. So when I went to go lock the door, my hand stuck to the board and then stuck to the lock, and then I shut it, and then I'm like, I don't really
Maybe-
feel safe right now.
I think
I
tomorrow
need
I'm
an
gonna-
adult.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in there tomorrow and I'm going to film it so that people can actually see what it's like.
I think you should film it and then you should submit it to the Jigs and Big Spooky
Oh my
Stories
gosh.
because that's a really good fucking place I've had.
Damn, boy, he's thick. That's a thick ass boy. Damn.
Yeah, it was probably the worst place I've ever had to go to the bathroom, and I've gone
So
in the middle of nowhere.
I used to stay at a campground for softball tournaments. That was a legit outhouse, like a fucking
Oh,
hole
yeah.
in the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Wooden building built over a hole in the ground, and that smelled better than this one, which actually has the fucking Camp Blue Water shit in it.
Yeah.
Like if you actually look
Oh,
in the
does it?
hole, yeah, I investigated this when I went in there.
you investigated the hole.
I actually looked in the hole, and you could see the blue like camp water in there. So it's got the actual like toilet chem treatment in there, and it still smells that bad. It's
Jesus Christ.
impressive. Whatever's
It's
in
impressive
that.
how bad it is.
Yeah.
I've used compost toilets that was leaking urine in a tiny house in Vermont in the middle of nowhere. It was an Airbnb. That was more pleasant than the toilet here, and it
That's
was
rough.
actively leaking pee. That
You guys are about to see that fucking chili again. If you keep it up.
Okay, one more story then.
I got the mouth sweats.
Last night,
oh my god!
the first night we
Have
were
a pie.
Have a cream pie.
Cram it down with another pie.
Got some
First
Pepto
night
in
we
the
were
back.
here, I had to go, and I walked in there at 4:00 in the morning. Didn't even get through the door and went, "Huh," and then walked 15 minutes clenching my cheeks because
yeah.
it was better than trying to endure that smell. Like I was literally pretty sure I was gonna have to leave my underwear halfway to the bathroom because I was going to fill them, and I was still willing to make that gamble.
Make the fucking gamble to
because
get there.
The smell
Yeah.
was that
Yeah.
bad.
That's not the first time Binya's been naked at a campsite.
No, not at all.
Scooting across the sites like
That'll be for.
A bucket, a bag, and a little
be
bit
for
of
another
campfire
episode.
ash would have been a much better solution than those facilities. Any day of the week.
a tightly wound coil in the middle of the field over there would have been a better fucking solution.
The side of Bobby's boat into the lake.
Let's not get crazy.
Gotta do what you gotta
So
do.
help me God, there's a present in my fucking live well, Binya.
I mean,
You'll never know who it was. Oh my gosh. Bring the hockey traditions back.
with a note on it that said chili was great. Thanks.
I'll plant a little toothpick Canadian flag in
Yep.
it.
Nick was here.
I'm sorry.
With love from Canada.
Put that in your poutine and smoke it, you know?
Tabernacle.
Oh, God.
Do you pronounce it poutine or Putin?
Just put in.
See? Okay. Bear corrected me. I get corrected on this shit all
Yeah,
the time
it's
from
Putin.
Canadians.
Putin.
Oh, really? I thought
It's
it was poutine.
Quebec.
I know it's Quebec.
Bobby says it wrong.
He says Quebec.
Bom,
say
bom,
Quebec.
bom. He says Quebec.
Yeah.
It's
I-
Quebec.
I only know it's Quebec because I watched Chrome from Van City Van Life. He lives in Canada, and he made a video like all about it. Like he lives in a van. He owns a new company called Van Toys, which is all about overlanding gear. So he's pretty awesome. You guys should check him out. But yeah, that's how I
Right
know.
on.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Was there another topic we needed to conversate over?
Oh yeah, the power.
The power. Fuck the goddamn power.
So
Oh my god.
real glad we did half of that podcast in the dark.
My bad.
So let me paint the picture. Now, you guys listening to the show, hopefully you've made it this far in the show. The outro's already fucking played.
If you
guys
have,
are
thank
here.
you.
You poor bastards.
This is like, and kudos to you for sticking around. Let's be honest, it's a fucking big ask for you guys to stick around this far. But midway through the show, you heard a moment where like everything went to chaos because we thought there was a power outage, and thankfully, because I'm running my laptop and I'm powering my podcast recorder off of the laptop, I had battery power. Nothing ever happened with this, so we were good to go. But then a little revelation of sorts came about. After we had wrapped the show and went back outside, Binya and I decided we were going to go to either side of the campsite and take a leak in the woods. And then, like Binya does, he tells a lot of stories at interesting times. Like when you're holding your dick in the woods, taking a piss, he's telling you about the fucking path he traversed earlier when he went to go take a leak. And what was that? What did we discover, Mike? What did we discover?
Yeah, I'll go back to the story. So I left so first of all, I kind of gave a non-verbal sign that I'm going to go to the bathroom because we've been drinking.
We've been
all
drinking,
night.
yeah.
And
No.
so I went outside and I tripped like 4 times. And I thought it was over the guidelines to the different canopies and tents and
Yep.
different apparatuses that we have set up for camping. And then I came back and the camper was dark and everybody was like
Jeez.
looking around trying to figure out. And I was like, what happened? Well, then we were trying to troubleshoot this. And I heard Janelle talking about she's not really sure why the power didn't come back on. And I was like, well, maybe it's the breaker inside this box right here that we're plugged into. So I flipped the breaker and then realized the plug's not in the box.
I know what's wrong
And then
with it.
I was
Ain't got no
like-
gas in it.
Exactly.
No gas in
There was
it.
literally like, if there had been a light bulb above my head, it would have been less obvious. And I was like, hey, Bobby. And keep in mind, Bobby's still standing there with dick in hand. And I'm like, Bobby, I figured out that one of the guidelines I tripped on was not a guideline. It was the power cable.
Now, there are 2 sound effects I would love to play in reaction to that, but I'm torn. One of them is this.
You ruined everything, you stupid bitch. You ruined
The other one is this.
Using crack and cocaine. Get high, that's what you say.
You're going to get rumors started, Bobby.
I am.
my goodness.
I am. I think they both work.
The funny thing is, and I'm not even under any influence right now. The 3 of us.
You're under our influence.
I am.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's
Nick,
not good.
Bobby, and I were in here, and well, did you think that Binya was in here when the power went out too, or
I
were
did
you?
too.
No, I did. You did. Did you?
I don't know what's
Okay,
I don't know what's
we're all
happened the last
slightly
fucking 7
delirious.
hours of my life.
I thought there was the
come
4
on.
of us in here, and then power went out. And then after all this shit, no, Mike was like, no, I had just come back inside. And I was like, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what's
It
happening.
was chaos.
I literally came
I
back
was-
and was like, why is it so dark in here?
We
Well,
had
it's
cold
'cause fucking
cornbread
Binya tripped over the power.
because
you
of
guys
you.
want to change up the vibe a little bit? Like now it's all like Halloween seance-y.
They were
with
like-
my fucking headlamp and the glow of my monitor.
Get the Ouija board.
These gentlemen were like, oh my God, it's so much nicer in here. I like it dark, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you people? It was great. I was mad. I was like, why hasn't the campground got their power back
Well,
fucking on? It's been a while.
The thing
the
that
best
really
part
got us
is-
fucking the best line of the whole fucking experience is we go walking outside to get some food. We go walking outside and like I think Janelle pointed out, she's like, well, how do they have power? And I was like, it must be that power is like running from the trailer.
Nick goes,
Like,
it's half
it's
and
off
half.
grid.
That's
It's
what made me.
half and half.
I'm sitting here trying to be
idiot.
like a technician, like maybe it's your breaker in your system, or maybe the breaker tripped in the thing. And then literally, there was a moment. You guys got to understand. There was a moment where I had to make a mental judgment because
We
I
all
flipped-
became journeyman
I flipped
electricians.
the breaker. I flipped the breaker, shut the door, opened the door, and went, "Fuck! Do I tell them that it was me?" Because I'm like, this is totally fucking me.
Do I fucking tell
He
them?
had.
Or do I just plug it back in and pretend like, oh guys, look, the power's back.
Oh, look, finally. Because I would have
It's
said
about
something.
time, National Grid.
Yep.
I would have said something to the owner tomorrow. Been like, what about that power outage? last
Your
night?"
bathroom smell like shit, and the power is intermediate like fucking Cuba. Fuck! What kind of
Jesus
North Korean
fucking
power
Christ.
plant you got going on here?
It's probably a good thing you turned off the gas because the spark that let off when I fucking unplugged that cable would have lit this whole place up.
Clark Griswold moment when he's losing
Oh
his
my
shit in the
God.
front yard, takes his 2 plugs and is like, ah!
Yep.
The
Yeah.
propane tank outside that cottage is probably 5 feet tall and 3 feet in diameter. And I guarantee if there's a big gust of wind, it's rolling away tonight. Bitch is empty. Fucking, it blew away in the wind.
They probably just filled that. They're like, yeah, it's getting cold. People want to do a lot of cooking indoors. And they'll be like, fuck, didn't we just fill that last week?
That fucking Canadian can't handle the cold. It must have been 120 degrees in here all
Just
night.
boiling fucking cast iron pots of water to stay warm tonight.
Was he drinking out the lake? Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Oh my God. It's
If you
great
wanted
trip.
to know what this weekend has been like, it's been this for
This
3
is-
straight days.
If there is a real tip to be given to anybody, it's that you fucking listeners need to think about planning your own adventures with amazing folks. Like if you have a shared interest, whether it's fishing a specific type of body of water or if it's just camping or whatever, get together with these folks and go out and have yourselves a fucking good time because you can't, these memories are priceless.
Yeah.
100% priceless. Cannot put a price tag on them. And every fucking day is precious. Take advantage of it and fucking go and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Tits ass.
Hallelujah. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
And on that note, let's wrap this sucker up.
Let's go
Officially?
drink.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I think y'all can get out. No, I'm just kidding.
Get out of my
We got
Bedtime.
cigars, we got bourbon, we got beers. Let's finish it.
No, this cigar's for me.
That's fine.
I claimed it.
I'm
Fucking
gonna,
CAO. You want to sponsor somebody.
You-
Fucking-
Oh,
Sponsor
honestly, we
Enthusiast
could talk.
Adventure.
That's right.
This is a lovely cigar. If you can't tell by the rasp in my voice
The
from the cigar
rasp.
yesterday.
The rasp.
Rare.
2 years from now, Janelle's channel. Welcome. Welcome to Enthusiast Adventure. Today we're driving the bus to the fucking tobacco farm.
I've been smoking cigars since I was 20.
Hey, what's up?
If I had advice for you, don't
New
smoke.
Jersey's favorite Connecticut rap fucking adventure enthusiast. Come on, get on the bus.
Get on the bus.
Here we go again.
I've never
Cigar.
been invited and kicked off a bus more times in my life.
I gotta say though, this is a completely average size bus.
I was just gonna
Okay,
make a
that's a
short
good
bus
size.
joke.
That's right.
It's the perfect size. In
This
my
thing
mind.
could have held at least 2 more rows of seating than
yeah.
my bus ever could. So
We all definitely rode the short bus. Or we were supposed to. We fucking were dumb enough that we didn't get on it.
I do like that you still have the light indicator.
I love
from the original. Like,
Yeah.
I can respect that.
the original numbers on there. You just can't see it. It's under the blackout curtain.
And I also love that your fucking speakers are holding up your,
Oh
your
yeah,
partition.
the blackout
The magnets,
curtain.
yeah.
It hasn't. That blackout curtain came from the stupid fucking Van Hunks kayak that Eco Fishing sent me. Do not ever get
Oh,
a
yeah,
kayak
yeah,
from
yeah.
Eco Fishing.
You guys remember that?
Tell you that right
episode.
now. That was me.
That was her, yeah.
And so I just had it lying around, so it just worked perfectly. But I'll get an actual blackout curtain and have a setup for it.
It does the job.
It does.
I do like the fucking speakers up against the fucking frame of the bus holding the fucking. Yeah, I think it's brilliant
Those
right
are
there.
the original bus speakers. They're terrible.
Of course they are.
I need some
When
better
was the
jams.
last time you were on a bus and were like, God, this fucking sound system
Speakers kick.
bumping?
That's what you need.
Fucking radical.
I don't remember listening to the speakers while I was licking the glass. So
There you go. Exactly. little ditty.
Stop.
About Jack and Diane.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna wait like a few videos and then I'm gonna put Little Diddy in your fucking comments.
I'm gonna
at some
beat your
point.
ass.
Motherfuckers.
I will beat.
I fucking hate you guys. I fucking hate you guys.
You guys are the worst. You do this to me every time.
And then, you know what's eventually going to happen? She's going to be doing a fucking podcast at some point, and it's going to be like, so let me tell you a story about...
So turns out I had an exhaust leak. Fucked up my lungs.
I totally thought that we're fucking awful human beings.
We're at that point of the trip where
I'll Venmo you $100 a week to call my buddy Paul and go, hey Paul. And that's a fucking inside
I would
joke.
do it.
Yeah, he used to date a fucking crackhead that did that shit.
It's not inside anymore.
Not inside
I was gonna
anymore.
say that's fucking outside.
This
now.
cutting
It's an
room floor is
outside-
going to be fucking outrageous.
Oh God.
my goodness.
This is why you stick around for the end of the episode.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to this back. I'm gonna be peeing myself
Yeah.
in the driver's seat
It is.
wherever I'm
I
driving
literally
next.
said to Bobby at the end of the podcast, I was on this episode, the entire episode, and I'm probably gonna listen to this whole episode
yeah.
just because.
It's just fucking brilliant, man. It is brilliant. I'm so glad we remembered to talk about the propane
Oh,
and
for
the fucking power.
all the
I'm
cream
so
pies.
thankful to be alive. I thought it looked wavy in there. I thought it was just my sea legs.
You go into the fucking...
Dude,
I thought it was the chop on the boat all day.
call it a night, and you're like...
It puts so
live
much
in a
fucking
van
perspective too, because I
down by the
remember
river.
waking up and Bobby going, Nick doesn't. He said he never fucking sleeps in.
Oh,
He's like, why the fuck isn't Nick over here?
I texted you like 2 or 3 times. Like when I first got up and I was making coffee.
Coffee's
it was
ready.
yeah.
3 hours later, here I come.
I'm like, fucking breakfast is ready, dude. Come on by.
Bobby literally left the campsite going, I'm gonna go do a well check on Nick because I'm kind of concerned. Right? Apparently he had carbon monoxide poisoning. We didn't know it at the time. But
everybody's telling me that I need a carbon monoxide detector. Nick ignored his 3 fucking times.
of all the
and
camping
unplugged
situations that we thought were going to be unsafe, we've got an open fire in a bus,
Yep.
a guy sleeping in his car that turns it on and runs for 45 minutes to
Yep.
heat it up,
Yep.
a guy sleeping in his tent, but the guy in the fucking hand-built cottage
I know. The guy
is
in
the
the
one
cottage,
that's in danger.
the most like, fucking risk of
The
his
most
life.
established structure in the whole fucking group was the one that was going to die.
Oh my god.
Can you
And
imagine?
like, it was hissing.
What was hissing?
It wasn't even like silent.
Holy shit.
It was on high. It
I
was
had
on
several
high.
warnings.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Like, I'm
thing-
dumb.
The thing is, too, is this is morbid as fuck, but can you imagine us having to explain how we killed the foreigner in the fucking cabin?
Does
Like
that
the
make
3
us like a
Americans
terrorist
and there's a dead
organization?
Canadian in a fucking cabin, and we have to explain that it was a gas leak?
It was a fucking
They're not
ponytail
gonna
hate
believe
crime.
our fucking group.
So the 3 of you chose to sleep outside. You're telling me you guys slept outside under a piece of plastic, and this guy blew himself up in his cottage. Yep.
Yes, officer.
Seems legit.
God.
Fucking Canadians.
Oh my God.
He kept complaining about our description of his bacon, and he just went up. I don't know.
Wow.
That was amazing.
I'm very grateful to have you guys as my friends.
Oh,
On a very serious note, though.
My chest hurts.
I haven't laughed this hard in a very long time.
oh my God! I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I hope you guys fucking.
Check your fucking carbon monoxide detector.
There's your tip.
You know
of the
what? I
week.
just did the math right now.
Fucking press that test button.
Nick and I were having
Sure
a
it beeps.
Nick and I were having a conversation about how impressed we are with this bus. And the construction, the layout, the planning, everything that went into it. We're like having this genuine conversation about it. And then Nick says, he goes, man, but that girl's got to get a carbon monoxide detector.
Meanwhile, the whole fucking house is filling with gas.
And he's like, you can't trust this shit. Just take the batteries out.
Cottage fucking people buying cheap ass detectors.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And the owners of the fucking campground would be like, it's a party campground. What do you want, man? This guy knew how to fucking party.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the first fucking thing I was told when I got here too.
It's like, we kind of like to party. We like to blow up the fucking cottage.
Well, you know what the thing I didn't tell
could
you.
use a reno.
So I got here second after Nick, and I didn't know if he checked in like our site or just the cottage. And I went in and I was like, I just want to make sure we're checked in for the Jigs and Bigs event. And he literally, the thing is I just fucking registered, my ADHD just kicked in. He literally looked at me and he goes, yeah, we're a party campground. And he fucking itched his nose.
Oh my god.
And that just fucking registered in my brain just now. He's like, yeah, we're
I wish
kind
you
of
had told me that 2 days ago.
yeah, we're kind of a party campground. Yeah.
The cocaine.
He's like, and I just fixed that
Kyoto
stove in
cocaine.
that cottage. So you guys be good.
Yeah, you fixed it all
He
right.
fixed it real good. Goodness.
Oh my god.
Easy there, tuna.
Easy there, tuna. Oh my
Oh.
good Jesus Christ. All right.
Don't ignore the signs, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go and let's go drink the rest of our stock and inventory of fucking liquor and other
Root beer?
delicious things.
Okay.
And we will see you guys on the flippity flop, all right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you know. Bye.